Hey guys, welcome back to my IGTV. So it's your girl here, you know, the one that didn't match her foundation properly. I'm back. So I'm using the Maybelline Superstay foundation in the shade Warm Sun. Now, before you come for me, I know this foundation is so orange, it oxidizes even more, so it's no fun when it comes to matching properly. But I have got a self tanner on that is getting darker by the second, so that is why it doesn't match. And I do not put tan on my face because it'll turn my face green. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, it's orange anyway, so what's the difference? But that's how I like it, okay? So I'm just applying it with my brush that I always use and patting it over with a beauty blender. So this current look that I am talking you guys through right now is the one that I'm going to be doing on my masterclass on Friday. So if you want to know how to get tickets to that, go to my page and they are just £5 each. So I'm just going to take you through a little tour of how I did the look, but the one we're doing on Friday is a little bit tweaked and I'm going to be talking you through way more in depth, but I just wanted to give you guys a little insight to what you are in for on Friday. So I'm applying the P. Louise base shade number 1 all underneath the eyes and up towards the temples. I'm just patting this in with a flat concealer brush, and then I'm going in with my beauty sponge and blending that all in before setting it with the Rimmel London Match Perfection powder. This powder is a really good cheap alternative to any setting powder really. It's really light and it's a great airbrusher, so I would definitely recommend this one in your kit if you are starting off as an MUA or if you just like playing around with makeup. So here we go, setting the under eye straight away with that powder just so we don't get any creases. So here we're just wiping away the excess as usual, and then patting over the lid in P. Louise base shade number 4. It is important that you pat this in just to make sure you get the fullest coverage as possible. It just means that your shadows are going to pop, and that's exactly what you want with any look. So I just sprayed on my little freckles there. If you guys want a tutorial on this, it is on my IGTV. I always mention this one, but it is on there if you want to know how I do those in depth. And then I'm just taking MAC Oh Darling highlighter and putting it on the top of my cheeks, sides of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. And I do apply highlighter to my cupid's bow sometimes with my finger, just because it does help it stay a little bit more dramatic, if you will. I feel like a brush doesn't really get onto those high points as well as your finger does. I'm just taking my MAC Mineralise Skin Finish in dark tan. So this is what I use to bronze all the time. There are no better bronzers than these ones. And then I'm just taking MAC Just a Pinch blush. So this is a nice like shimmery coral blush. It's perfect if you want a really bronzy look because it in-keeps with the shade of your bronzer. So here I'm going in with the Be Perfect and Makeup by Jar Clientele palette. So I'm just taking a medium brown here in the outer corner. I'm sort of stopping blending in the middle, but you'll see me move slightly towards the front as we go on, because I am going to be blending this in with a cream right at the front of my eye. So if we just create that nice outer V, and then we're just going to be setting ourselves up to blow the look out quite a little bit because we are going to be putting a little shadowed wing on today. So once you've gone in with your lighter brown, you can then take your darker brown and just deepen that crease up a little bit. You want the outer corner to be the darkest part in this look, just because you want it to be a nice big contrast, you know, compared to the front of your eye, which is going to be really, really bright and creamy white. You want it to just stand out a little bit more, so the more dark shadow you add, the more it's going to contrast. So we're just going back and forth with the two shadows just to make sure we get a nice blown out smoky effect. And then here we're going in with the P. Louise blank canvas. So I'm first patting this on with a flat brush and then going back in with a fluffy brush just to make sure it is fully blown out. I don't want any harsh lines when it comes to this front of the shadow. I just want it to be really nice and blown out and white. So after you've blended that out, I'm taking the shade Pillow Talk. So this is from the Carnival XL palette by Stacey Marie and Be Perfect, but it's the perfect cream, like cream coloured shadow. So it is a powdered shadow, obviously, but it's a perfect cream colour. And then after we've patted that in and blended it out, we're just going to be taking the two brown shades from the outer part of the eye, and we're just going to be sort of blending that back in just to make sure that there's no harsh line there in the middle. So once you've done that, it's time to start lining your lid. So I'm going to be taking the darkest shadow that we use. I'm just patting that on and just smoking it out, and then I'm just switching brushes when it comes to the inner portion of my eye just to make sure that we line it correctly and get it nice and close to the lashes. And then we're going to be drawing on our wing. So to do this, you might want to take a small, more precise brush, but for me, I just go underneath with concealer anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me what brush I use. So I'm just stamping it on with a small angled brush, and I sort of just tease it out slightly, taking a tiny little detailing brush to pull it out a bit more, and then I go back in with my flat concealer brush just to sort of tidy it up, but also to make the wing stand out. So the remainder of that blank canvas on your concealer brush is going to make your wing pop. But just always make sure that when you've done your underneath of your wing that you blend it out thoroughly, because otherwise you're going to be left with a really, really harsh concealer line. So you can see me taking a really small brush in a second, and I'm just fluffing that out just to make sure it doesn't look very obvious. And then just to finish off the top, I am using Kitty lashes in the shade Misty. These are honestly my favourite lashes. Like, I can't describe to you. This is my first time trying these lashes, but they've won me over 100%. They are amazing. And then I'm just lining my waterline with a Maybelline gel liner. Ooh, I couldn't say that properly then. The Maybelline gel liner. So just with a tiny little angled brush. The gel liner is going to make your liner stay in all day. So when I do my mascara, you guys know I always do 2 layers on the bottom. So here you can see me doing my first layer, and off camera I always do my second layer. But this is the Primark Wonderlash. It's my favourite mascara ever, but I can't even get my refill right now because obviously we can't go shopping and it is not open. But it's the most amazing jet black mascara that's just got the best wand on it. I love it. And then my lip today is going to be the MUA Cosmetics liner in Sincere, and then MAC's satin lipstick called Creme de Nude. It is just the most beautiful combo. I love it so much. So after this, you'll see me spraying my face with MAC Fix Plus. The reason I do this is to reapply highlighter, and it'll just cling a little bit more and really make it stand out. I also add a little bit of my bronzer as well, just to make sure that that's nice and popping and the highlighter is nice and blended in. But that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it and found this easy to follow. Like I said, pop onto my profile if you want to know how to get tickets to Friday's masterclass. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.